Test. What's up, guys? Francis and Did here. Welcome to my channel and the program. So, as a follow-up video to my previous one regarding how we can combat depression and daily mundaneness or mundane daily life. So, as you can see here, I somehow I happen to regain some focus and energy in front of my computer's webcam to speak to you guys. I have been thinking of what exactly has been stealing away our happiness, our sense of stability and safety, and our hope, our joy, over many things we used to enjoy doing during our childhood. Once we were children, we don't actually give a damn about anything and everything, not to mention how people see us, how people judge our behaviors and actions. One of the most effective method to combat depression and daily your mundane daily chores, daily life is not to give a damn. You can avoid losing a game by not playing it. Consider life as a game, as any video game, any table games, cards games, chess games you have played. It's pretty much we can consider life as a gigantic game that carries some somewhat profound meanings and purposes. While we still have a choice, we can choose to ignore the glitches, the unsatisfactory designs, the unsatisfactory construct of rules, of regulations. We can, sometimes we just don't actually have to, we don't actually have to bypass or circumvent any rules at all. The best way to circumvent those rules is not to give a damn. Let's say, for example, when it comes to marriage, when it comes to the problems you usually tend to encounter during your sexual relations, marriages, and your daily interactions and engagement with people, we just, we can choose to ignore them. We can choose to disregard their behaviors, their judgment, their accusations. Their accusations will mean nothing, will not even matter if we just don't give a shit about those false or true accusations. So even if those accusations holds some truths, it doesn't even matter. It won't matter in the eyes of God. God will, because you see that God, he always exists. He always his dynasty lasts forever. His vision has the angle of eternity. So every let's say every every piece of regulation or game rules will will change over time. Over time, people will alter them in accordance with their own preferences and needs. So yeah, it also apply. I believe it also applies to making a successful sales, or to entrepreneurs as well as entrepreneurship. So though I don't actually have much experiences with let's say with interacting and communicating with the global MGTOW, MGTOW people. I do actually feel them. I do actually I can picture what's on their minds, since I also don't have a healthy relationship with females. I don't actually respect female. I don't actually respect women. I don't respect human females that much, and I always believe they always tend to carry some nasty, vicious, and deliberate intentions to steal away your possession, to steal away your wealth and happiness. Basically, yeah, I consider marriage as a sort of as a sort of slavery and surveillance mechanisms imposed by the government, by pretty much by every government all over the globe. Still yet, we have the choice. We can still choose to evade that by not getting married. You see that we have the option to become an MGTOW boy or man to circumvent that. So you see, by not playing their game, we can avoid losing. Of course, life is some can sometimes be not about losing or winning, since life on this planet always has a time constraint. You have very limited amount of time to carry out certain tasks and work. So as you can see there, in the long term, it doesn't really matter. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as much as the way you thought it was. So yeah. So I suppose this principle also applies to being a hikikomori. Or I still consider myself not a not a fully functioning hikikomori, since I don't actually fear of talking to people. I don't actually fear of going outside. I just choose not to. Perhaps I don't even have a clear definition of what a hikikomori is or what a hikikomori tends to do. Please do feel free to correct me if I have said or should I have said anything wrong or anything misleading or false. I always welcome all types of feedbacks other than scans and spans. What else? Yeah. how I usually deal with my mundane daily pattern or routine of life. First of all, I let my ideas. I usually try to let my ideas materialize and manifest as several clips of YouTube videos. I try to make my ideas, I try to turn my ideas and thoughts into reality, into something tangible and meaningful to my fellow audiences, viewers, as well as subscribers. I have, we can even turn our problems, our difficulties into some sort of advantages. We can talk about, we can choose to talk about our problems, our current difficulties, our current, sources, genesis of depression as well as frustrations over, what we are meant to do during our limited lifespan on this planet called Earth. So you can see there, though many people claim we have an illusion of choices, we still can choose what we see, how we see other people, how we evaluate and assess ourselves, our own performances, our ideologies, thoughts about certain group of people, certain categories of social phenomena, etc., so on and so forth. So I guess as you can see here, we have so many things. We can aim to attain. We have so many things we haven't tried. We still have so many things we haven't done. We still have so many places we haven't paid a visit to. I sincerely hope this video can help you make your exodus out of depression, social anxiety, as well as stuttering, all those sort of negative views of humanity and yourselves included. So, I'm your host, Francis and Dad. If you have any questions, feel free to post it below this video clip. If you have any things you like to talk about with me, please feel free to hit me a message via WhatsApp or Google Hangouts. You can contact me via Google Hangouts by clicking my for business inquiries before you clicked the my channel's whereabouts. You can see that bottom, and you can get my Gmail, and you can use that Gmail address to ring me via Google Hangouts. So thank you again for watching and listening. I'm your host, Francis and Dad. Signing off. See you next time on YouTube. Stay tuned, stay awesome, stay faithful, and stay blessed. Cheers.